from that perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Any further questions? Yeah. So, one more is
Yeah.
So, can I ask the second question?
Yeah, please.
Since Doha Bank has recently made a foray into India, what has the budget to offer to the foreign banks like you, like Doha Bank? Possibly Mr. Sita will ask this question a little later, or he has already asked you.
Yeah, I think see, first of all, Doha Bank has come to India as a foreign bank. They are opening the branch in Mumbai. It's already run. It's getting officially launched very soon. The biggest thing what I see is that there are a lot of structural things which are happening in the economy. The timing of the opening of the branch in India is the most crucial thing. I think we have a lot of exciting years in front of us. I think Doha Bank's entry into the India is at the right time, at the right place. That is the first thing. Now, second thing is that Doha Bank has got lot of relationship with large number of non-resident Indians. Not only in Doha, in Dubai, in Kuwait, in other GCC countries. For them, an entry into the India is going to be the most welcome thing, because I was there in Doha last week. We had lengthy discussion related to products and services. Since it is not being finalized, but I'll not be able to tell you the specifics. But the underlying aspect, even Dr. Sitharaman is saying, is that we have to position as a preferred bank for NRIs, non-resident Indians, and our products are going to be, it's not at par, it's going to be the best in the industry, in the sense, in terms of pricing, in terms of the ease of doing that activity, money transfer or loans or whatever it is. That is the idea Dr. Sitharaman was saying. We at DBFS are also, looking at participating in this great initiative. Hopefully we will have more branches of Doha Bank in India happening. These are all the developments which I have to share with you at this point of time. Apart from all these things, I think the banking scenario itself is getting a sea change in India. Initially it is being dominated by public sector banks. The later private sector banks came in 90s and early 2000. They have taken a lion's share in the market, and they have come up with very competitive products and services, including using technology. Now we have payment banks coming. We have small banks coming, regional banks coming. We have microfinance sector is getting redefined through another bank proposal which came in today's budget proposal called Mudra Bank, which is also coming. So all these things, along with for more licenses for foreign banks, will make the banking system more competitive in India. Doha Bank always is wants to play as a most competitive player in the industry, and I think it will be a beneficial thing for NRIs. It will be a beneficial thing for Doha Bank also. The entry into this market, which will get officially announced very soon, with the kind of patronage and support from people like you, I think it is going to be a success only, sir.
All the best to Doha Bank and its people, and we can have one more question, so then we'll move on to the panel discussion. Do you have anybody else?
No, sir. Thank you, Srinivas. Now we are moving to our closing session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, especially for the DBFS panel team for clarifying the customer queries and doubts as a problem. Okay, for concluding, I'm inviting Mr. Kevin Saman, Head of Treasury Department, for a vote of thanks. Please, sir.
It was an interesting session. We have gone through details about the Indian budget. So reaction is some sort of a mixed, so many can say. Because the expectation was too high, that's the main disappointment factor. But let us see how things get forward. Thank you for coming. Thank you for accepting our invitation. We have lunch ready. Let us move. Thank you.
That's a promising announcement, sir. We'll come back to the discussion. You can have your lunch on time. So we'll have some more time on the discussion. We're lucky to have Prince, very busy man today, to be back. I hope you were able to listen to some of the statements and can go through the finance minister's announcements. We are broadly looking at the total budget document and key statement the finance minister has done. Mr. Prince, Primarily, the question is definitely something on the budget impact on the stock market in the primary side.
Stock markets, often, the first impact after the announcement of budget is going to be little bit negative. Why it is, I'll tell you. There are a lot of expectations, there are a lot of players in the market. There are investors, there are traders, there are speculators. Particularly in this budget, we have huge expectations even for foreigners, as far as the outcome of the budget is concerned. Why? Because, ever since this government came into power, the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister were repeatedly making statements inside the Parliament and outside the Parliament related to their vision of developing this economy. They came up with a development agenda, first of all. That is the key thing. So that being, it's quite natural that we have a lot of expectation, and to meet all those expectations is going to be very tough. For example, you have all the industries. We have done a survey, last week, and we found that almost every industry is having its own expectation and wish list as far as the budget is concerned. And the common man, of course, will also have their own expectations. So to meet all these things is going to be little tricky and little difficult. Normally, under such circumstances, managing expectation is going to be the key thing. That's why one of the reasons with which we have seen statements coming from economic advisor yesterday saying that, don't expect everything to happen in this budget and things like that. It's just managing expectation. It's good. To sum up, what I want to tell you is that, people who have created positions based on this expectation, particularly traders, they have a tendency to book profits or get out of the position after the event. That's actually playing out in the market at this point of time. Market is showing slight amount of weakness after the budget. Prior to the budget announcement, it was on the positive territory. We may see some more weakness, 1 or 2 days of weakness. It depends upon the real, reading of the budget. Fine print, there are certain sectors which are going to be badly impacted. Low stocks may react a little bit more. In general, what I have to tell you is that, we are not expecting a huge fall in the market. That is the first thing as a reaction to the budget, because there is nothing in this budget which tells you that it is against the economy or against the market or anything like. It's a very balanced budget. As per my opinion, it is a very really reasonably transparent budget. It's not with our confidence. It's only practical things which are being discussed. It's not that he has given a budget or a policy roadmap for 1 year. He has talked about 3-4 years of implementing things. Everybody knows that these are very critical. So from all this angle, my belief is that the budget is well balanced. It's come up with a good thought process. It is reasonable. It is not against the market also. The corporate tax is anyway getting brought down. It's a positive development. So a lot of other statements are also very positive as far as the market is concerned. So I am not expecting a big sell-off for anything of that matter.
But the market shows that Sensex is already down by 98 points, and both the markets are little volatile. Nifty is trying to reclaim its price in the morning.
Sriman, that is a knee-jerk reaction. That's what I told. It's only just some offloading of positions by people who have created positions. But in the long run, what is going to happen? Let's understand that the economic cycle has turned positive now. Inflation is coming down. It's well below the RBI's rate of 6%. Interest rates are likely to come down maybe by 100 basis points in this financial year. Then in the coming financial year. Now there are quite a few positive things which will eventually take the market to substantially lower highs.
Do you mean to say that the fundamentals of the economy is little promising and the finance ministers have been a little pragmatic and realistic in this approach, which can actually contribute a sustainable growth for the market? And second question is the market little overvalued at the moment of time?
No, this is what I want to tell you. This is a general belief of the people, that the market has gone up from 5,600 Nifty level to 8,800 levels. That has happened over a period of last 1 year. It has started moving from 6 months ahead of the actual election. People are thinking that the valuations have gone up, markets are at all-time high. Index is very high, sorry. The fact of the matter is that the valuations have gone up purely based on expectations, that there is going to be a turnaround in the economic cycle, that growth is going to come back, that the inflation is going to come down, industries are going to come down, and things like that. Investment cycle has to kick out. So what has happened until now? It's only the first expectation has taken up the market. Because some expectations are not met, you can see a correction of 3 to 5% or whatever it is, not beyond that, Why I am saying is that there are two things now. We have budget is over. Now we have a March financial year end coming. Because of these reasons, like you may see some kind of a, like sluggish market in March also. But after that, what will happen? You will really see the earnings picking up. Those sectors which are going to do well, they will see that substantial improvement in their revenues and profits and all these things, that is the point with which you will see a re-rating as far as the market is concerned. Now, market at the moment, if you take Sensex, it is at 29,000. In 2008 peak, the Sensex was at 21,000. So it is 8,000 points higher than 2008 peak. But believe me, in real terms, if you look at considering the depreciating value of the currency also, market is still not at all-time peak. Number one. Now, valuation as far as market is concerned, we always take valuation based on the PEs. No, the Indian context, the PE ratio is between 15 and 20. In peak markets in 2008, it has gone up to, and they are talking about the entire index stocks, it has gone up to something like 24, 25. Now it is back only at 15, 16 now, which means that it is reasonable. Please don't go by the general public perception that, like the markets have gone up, index has gone up by 30% after the election, or prior to, just before elections, it has started going up by 30%. That is the peak of this rally. That is not. And I can tell you very, very convincingly to all the viewers of this program that, like market has got a lot of legs to go. I mean, it's not that it's going to be a vertical climb. It will take 3 or 4 years for this entire story to unfold. This economic cycle will take growth rate to even double digits. That's what I expect. So it's a positive outlook. We are only at the beginning. It's only 25% covered now. 75% is still there. So markets can go substantially higher in index terms. Like you can see this Nifty going to say 18,000 or 20,000 or something like that. Not immediately. I'm not saying that it's going to happen in the next 3 months or 6 months. Eventually, I mean, like once this entire cycle plays out, you will see this is happening. You will see earnings getting upgraded. You will see some companies, particularly in some sectors like Sunrise Industries, turnaround cases, new generation businesses like like whatever it is, e-commerce, whatever I don't know. I don't want to say anything about particular industry, but there are always very big outperformers in the market. Like these, I think these outperformers can go 4 or 5 times. I'm talking about a share price from the personal level. For example, a stock, outperforming stock, which is trading at 100 rupees, can go to 500 rupees. We can say about overvaluation only when you see huge participation in the market, huge, like expectations in the market. I mean, like real economic performance not getting marked into the market. Companies being valued at very high prices. Like without any justification to their earnings capacity and all this. That is the period we say the market is overvalued. We are not at all in such situation. So investors need not have to panic at all. As far as traders are concerned, they have to be little cautious because the budget is over. Some positions are already being squared off. That's why we are seeing a negative tick in the market. We may see this happening in the next 2 or 3 days also. Like little bit more, like float getting shaved off from the system. Like once that happened, the market will become realistic, clean, and after March we see once again this will rally getting into much more steam and much more higher levels. This is my expectation.